Australia's path to defend its T20 World Cup title was made all the more difficult last night after England were able to beat an in-form New Zealand side. It means Australia's fate is not in its own hands at the moment and will likely be bundled out of the World Cup in the Super 12 group stages. Joining me live is Fox cricket expert and former Australian Test cricketer Mark Waugh. It is good to see you, Mark. Thanks for joining us. So it wasn't the best start for the Aussies in the T20 World Cup. Captain Aaron Finch saying that the team was tired after they were thrashed by New Zealand, setting them up for must-win games. But do you think, how have we been going since then? And is there any chance of us making the semis?
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. It wasn't a great start to the tournament, losing so badly to New Zealand. And that's come back to bite us because now we rely on net run rate to get through to the semi-finals. So it's a three-way shootout with England, New Zealand and Australia. New Zealand's run rate is so good, it won't matter. It'll go through. But it's going to be a bit of a contest between England and Australia. So it's not an ideal situation when you're relying on other teams to get you through to a semi-final. But first and foremost, Australia have to play Afghanistan on Friday night. They've got to win that game and they've got to win it well. And then just rely on what happens with the Sri Lanka-England game on the Saturday. So not ideal, but Australia's still in with a chance.
Yeah, because it's that net run rate that is our problem, isn't it? So Finch, Marcus Stoinis and Tim David, they've all undergone scans after suffering injuries in Monday night's 42-run win over Ireland, with the results expected probably around lunchtime today, we're hearing. So that's throwing a spanner in the works, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, you know, you don't want to lose your captain just before a crucial game, and obviously Stoinis and Tim David are those very good players as well. So let's see how that pans out. Luckily for Australia, we do have lots of depth in the squad. So, I mean, Cameron Green, Steve Smith, who hasn't played a game yet. So you've got two quality players there on the sidelines. So although it might seem that it's not ideal that you lose some players heading into big games, we do have the depth to cover it. Aaron Finch, we saw him return to form in a better way on the last game against Ireland. I don't think he's still quite at his best, but you don't want to lose your captain, do you? That's tough to deal with. But I think Cameron Green will be ready to go, and he could come in straight for a like-for-like replacement, open the batting if Aaron Finch is not right for the next game on Friday.
How do you think they've been managing the batting lineup in Australia this tournament? Do you still think that changes maybe should be made to the batting order for Friday?
Well, they've sort of gone with a power lineup from the get-go. Really, the warm-up games where Steve Smith never got a game, they should have showed their cards very early on, the Australian team, with the particular order they were going to go with. Look, I think that batting order is pretty good, but I'd like to see us be a little bit more dominant in the power play. In the first 6 overs, I think we've been slightly negative and a bit apprehensive the way we've batted. We've got so many good players and lots of batting depth down to number 7, but we need to start off better. We need to play like a Joss Butler or a Quinton de Kock or a Finn Allen or a Devon Conway. Really go after the bowling and set up a great platform for a big score. Now, we've got to do it against Afghanistan. If we don't make a big score, we're not going to get through. So really, Friday night, go hard right from the get-go, I think.
And that's where we're going to leave it. Mark Waugh, thanks so much for joining us on AM Agenda. Good to chat with you.